this cooking technique became the most famous.
After returning from leaf peeping in Nanjing next week, I plan to start my Guangdong video series featuring Shenzhen, Dongguan, and Huizhou. So here's a Cantonese food teaser for that campaign. The restaurant named 上水街港澳大排档 means Shangshui Street, Hong Kong and Macao 大排档, with 上水 likely referring to a location of the same name in China, Hong Kong, and Dai Pai Dong being the term for open-air food stall in those two Chinese special administrative regions. The beers are SAR favorites, while foods encompass various branches of Cantonese cuisine, including but not limited to those of Hong Kong and Macau. For example, this dish of pork large intestine 浙浙大肠 is a typical version of 浙浙包, a chiefly Guangzhou cooking technique in which ingredients are cooked and served in a scorching hot clay pot. Zhezhe is an onomatopoeia for the sizzling sound of foods being cooked and a telltale sign of heat intensity crucial to a dish that should be fuming with fragrance. That auditory stimulation was missing here, but the olfactory oomph was there. Now onward to something more symbolic of China, Hong Kong.
避风塘掌中宝 typhoon shelter style chicken leg joint. So this is a cooking technique native to Hong Kong, born out of the typhoon shelters in the city. Typhoon shelters are bases where fishermen could take shelter from, guess what, typhoons. They would actually gather there on other days as well, and eventually evolving into distinct communities. And they would live in coconut boats, and some turned the fishing vessels into floating eateries and serving food to others. And this cooking technique became the most famous. It is characterized by the golden mountain of breadcrumb and chopped garlic. Some would also add fermented black beans. And being on fishing boats, seafood naturally be a focus. So this kind of dish would usually feature shellfish like crab or prawn or mango shrimp. Ribs are also popular, but it's the first time for me to try the 掌中宝 or chicken leg joint prepared in this manner.
I know, many people elsewhere around the world frown at the thought of grinding down some gristles, but believe me, no tougher than some jerkies. Just resilient in different ways, and you get those crunchy, crispy flecks of garlic clinging to your lips and teeth while emitting a typhoon of aroma. That's one of the joys of the Hong Kong typhoon shelter dishes. Next, something from the neighboring region of Macau, 澳门脆皮鸡, Macau crispy skin chicken. Frankly, I think it's just nominally Macanese. This is a common Cantonese dish with ambiguous origin, and I don't know what makes this version Macanese, but the birdie did live up to its name because crispiness is the name of the game. Just look at that translucent, crispy, see-through skin as light as lace. The crispiness in this kind of chicken is usually the result of a coating of some sugary marinade applied before frying, while actually dousing with hot oil and not deep frying. It's a process similar to the crispy swap I spoke of before. The menu explicitly states that there's a wait because the chicken is made on demand. That wait was totally worth it. And lastly, something less ambiguous in origin, 下剁式 shrimp toast, an icon of Chaan Teng Hong Kong-style cafes, and just like the institution where it originates, it's a unique result of that bygone colonial era. There are numerous variations of this classic fusion dish. The iteration here resembles French toast topped with chopped shrimp in mayo-like sauce. If this were a real Hong Kong-style cafe, we might be sipping on milk tea and yin yang, but it ain't. Instead, we took a stroll and went to a random cafe where we smelled and drank some coffee. Maybe we'll do some of that in Nanjing too. See you all after I return. 再见!